Okay, to start off with this video, let's say 72% of you are not subscribed, so if you can subscribe and help me get to 8K, I would appreciate it. Sorry for the plug. Anyway, onto the video. Now, it's been a while since I did these types of videos, so I thought I'd bring those types of videos back to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Angry Birds. In today's video, I will be discussing how I made my own Angry Birds plush backpack clips. Now, I'll put this as a disclaimer that I'm no expert when it comes to making homemade plushies, so if these look like crap to you, then I apologize. It's just how I made them. Anyway, it all started when I discovered a plush tutorial on YouTube that was made by the user named Some Person Studios, where he made this template and tutorial to make his own plushies. So I used that template and his tutorial and made a Bubbles plush backpack clip. And it turned out pretty decent. Needs work though. But as I brought this up in the tutorial in the Maximus Overdrive Discord server, Banjo Videos, a well-known plush tuber in the Angry Birds community, asked me if I ever checked out someone else's plush tutorial by the name of the Plush Warrior, where he made a plush tutorial and template of the Minion Pigs. So I checked out Plush Warrior's tutorial and decided to use the template. But then I discovered something I found in Maximus Overdrive server. This may be gore and disturbing to you guys, but this is how I discovered how an official Angry Birds plush was made by the template. Comparing the Plush Warrior and Some Person Studios template, Plush Warriors is more accurate to the official plushies. If you want to make Angry Bird plushies that are like the official plush, I highly recommend using Plush Warriors templates. But Some Person Studios template can be useful. I like making the McDonald's Tunes plushies. Now, before you ask why I made these, it's because I had the real ones, but sadly I lost them in the move. But however, I had still a save, and thank God for that. Because of my dad, and I'm not going to explain everything since I don't want to get demonetized or get personal with my problems. I'm aware some of them can be bought on eBay, but unfortunately I can't afford them since I'm on a strict budget. And that's why I had to make them. And there's no way I'm paying $60 to $300 to buy them again. I know this sounds hypocritical since I spent $200 on the original Mighty Eagle plush in 2022. But that was the only reason I spent more than $100 on a plush. But due to bills and rent I had to pay, my motivation to buy plushies has been tough on me. I would ask a few friends and a couple fans, but they would say no and tell me to buy my own. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's how I feel when I ask a friend to help me with the plush, so that's why I never bothered asking. So I had no choice to try to make my own, and here's how they turned out. Yeah, they look decent, but they're not accurate to the originals, so consider this as my own take on them. Also, if you're wondering why I made my own Bubbles and Stella backpack clips, it's because the same reason I stated on the homemade versions of the McDonald's Tunes plushies I made. I'm not rich, and sadly I can't afford everything I want in my life, and that's just part of life. You can't always have what you want. But to save money, I try to make my own. That's why I had a genius idea to make my own Angry Bird plushies that I won't be able to get due to how insanely expensive they are nowadays. And even some that don't have an official plush in existence. Like a Melody plush, for example. And it saves money. It took me years to figure out. Years I've been making plushies using these type of templates, and they always turn out bad. And I noticed something I did wrong that made my custom plushies don't stand out as appealing or interesting to the Angry Birds community. So I decided to take the criticism and do what's right by discovering how an Angry Birds plush is actually made. So I'm going to demonstrate by sharing how I made an Angry Birds plush backpack clip. First, I want to point out that these recordings were requested by my friend Super Feather Dude, but I decided to publish this since people have been asking, how I made it. Now, I'm not good at explaining things since I'm autistic, and recording by voice is hard for me unless I have a script, which I do. But I was gonna write the steps, but I was too lazy to do, so consider this as a watch and learn video. And I have a hard time thinking, so that's why I take my time on these types of videos. Now I can't do embroidery, so I'm using white fabric and fabric markers for the eyes. But I will say one thing. If you're wondering what the string and the hook thing I use is called, the strings are called paracords and the hook things are called lobster claps. I know it's a crazy name for an item, but it exists, so now you know. You can probably find these things in arts and crafts stores like Michael's, Joann's, and Hobby Lobby. And you can find them on Amazon too if you're looking for those. After looking at my official silver plush, I figured out how it was made, so I decided to make a template and make a homemade silver and see how it turns out. And the results turned out just as I expected. It turned out just like the official plush, kind of. I'll put a link to the template in the description and you can check it out. That's all I'm going to say for this video. In conclusion, this is how I made my own backpack clips, so thanks for watching and I'll see you next time in my next video.